Australian made and owned, Hi-Tech Oils is one of the largest oil blenders in Australia with a truly national profile, supplying an extensive range of oils, coolant, grease, batteries and much more for all businesses and consumer needs. Choose Hi-Tech Oils for peace of mind.
Defensive on, yeah?
Yeah, copy that, Andre. Let's leave it on for the white team on that.
Okay, good job, Cool. Thank you guys.
Le Mans in France, a city with a medieval heart but a modern pulse. And once a year it becomes a mecca for car racing fans as it hosts the world's greatest endurance motor race. The city centre comes alive every Friday with the traditional Drivers' Parade, a chance to meet the heroes up close and personal.
Have this close contact with the fans, you know. It's a very intense race and it's good to relax a little bit with the fans just before the action.
Leaves these fans all waiting for us. I think it's no more honor for us rival what we can get.
It's always something special, it's always something fun, so much energy here. It's hard to not waste all our energy for the race.
Some years ago, I lived a hard life, but sunlight burst a ray through those clouds. We found that in your hands. Don't let him sing too sweet, for too soon the summer sun will in winter sleep.
The longest day in motor racing dawned bright and clear after a week of wet weather. The grid was dry. Princess Charlene of Monaco and the president of the FIA, Jean Todt, along with guest of honour Hurley Hayward, among the fans, drivers and teams thronging to the greatest race, the super finale, the last race of the longest FIA World Championship season on record, one that includes two 24-hour races at Le Mans. An unbelievable atmosphere, a sea of faces, of smiles, of hopes and dreams, awaiting the start of the toughest test in motor racing. Assembled on the grid, a record entry, 61 cars to start the 2019 Le Mans 24 Hours, with a guest of honour, Princess Charlene of Monaco, ready to flag the field away. At this stage, everyone's a winner. On pole position in the GTE AM class, the number 88 Dempsey Proton Porsche, ahead of the 77 sister car and Gulf Racing, making it a Porsche 1-2-3 in qualifying. And in GTE Pro, Kevin Estre and Michael Christensen, last year's winners, one step away from a world title.
We just have to finish and to score 3 points to get the championship if the other wins, so there's a lot of if in there, but we go in the race as, let's say, 98% as a single race, and just this last 2% we will think about the championship in some special occasion, as it was the case in Spa already.
On pole in the class, though, Aston Martin with Nicky Dean, Marco Sorensen and Darren Turner. The Aston Martin Vantage, a different proposition a year on from its Le Mans debut, ahead of the 67 Ford and Corvette, qualifying in third. In the battle for the LMP2 title, 2 cars at the front of the field. The 38 Oreca of Jackie Chan DC Racing doing the chasing, but leading the field, the Signatec Alpine number 36 machine with its strong driver lineup.
We won the race last year, so definitely we can run again, and we are fighting for the championship as well. So the start should be really tough. The race should be tough as well, but we start in front of the other competitors of G-Drive and the Jackie Chan car. So definitely it's a good step forward.
Pole position in the class went to Loic Duval, Francois Perraudin and Mathieu Vazivière, the all-French lineup for the TDS Racing number 28 machine. Toyota's already claimed the championship crown, but the driver's title will go down to the wire at Le Mans at the end of Super Season. The crew of the number 8 car, last year's winners, start second but lead the standings with a healthy margin. The pole-sitting number 7 car needs more than a slice of luck as well as speed to claim victory.
Of course, we are a bit more not on the right foot for the championship. We lost many points in the last race, but now we have this race. We think about this race, and we see what happens. Whichever car finish in the front, it will be deserved. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
50 years ago, Ford claimed the last of 4 wins with the GT40. Jackie Ickx and Jackie Oliver celebrating their 50th anniversary, the last ever Le Mans-style start in a race. Returning the winner's trophy, Toyota Gazoo Racing. They won last year for the very first time after 30 attempts, and now they are back to try and double up and win a second Le Mans in one season, a feat that never has and never will be achieved again. After the singing of the Marseillaise, the French national anthem, the final moments of congratulations and encouragement, and then the delivery of the tricolour, the French national flag, which will be waved by Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene of Monaco to start the super finale, the 2019 24 Hours of Le Mans. Before the cars roll away, a chance perhaps to see the future of motoring and motorsport. Hydrogen-powered cars with 0 emissions other than water. Completing its first laps of Le Mans, the H24 project.
We will do some fuel saving for the formation lap because we have a target in order to be able to do 10 laps.
field of cars led away by poleman Mike Conway with teammate Sebastian Buemi alongside. At the head of the LMP2 field, 9th on the grid, Mathieu Vazivière for TDS Racing, the first of 20 P2 cars. Nicky Team in the 95 Aston Martin starting in 29th place at the head of the GTE Pro field. Behind him, Ford, Corvette Racing, Ferrari, BMW and Porsche rivals. And in the GTE AM class, the number 88 car from Dempsey Proton with Matteo Cairoli aboard, starting in 45th position. Right behind him, his own teammate and a slew of rivals, including for the very first time a Ford GT in private team hands, courtesy of the US Keating Motorsports squad. 61 cars rolling away on 31 rows of the grid.
Yeah, Mike, try to be a bit more digital when you press the throttle.
The time for waiting is over. The time for racing has arrived.
Et son Altesse Sérénissime la Princesse Charlène de Monaco donne à l'instant top le départ.
Mike Conway in the number 7 Toyota, sweeping around to lead the field up to the Dunlop curve for the first time. Gustavo Menezes right behind from 4th on the grid in the brightly coloured car from Rebellion. Can't get through. Conway slithers a little but holds the lead. Cars off behind in the LMP2 field. And look at the Rebellion starting really aggressively. Gustavo Menezes looking for a way through. Can't get by, but he's up to 3rd ahead of the 2 cars from SMP Racing. Heading the LMP2 field out onto the Mulsanne straight is the pole sitter Mathieu Vazivière in the red and black TDS Racing machine. Little gap back to Senior Tech Alpine. Further back behind the yellow high-class racing machine, the black and yellow colours of the chasing Jackie Chan DC racing car. On board in the GTE Pro class, following the pole sitter, Nicky Team in the Aston Martin. Harry Tinknell giving chase in the Ford and the yellow Corvette of Antonio Garcia making a run for 2nd place. Harry Tinknell holds on in Indianapolis. Porsche and BMW follow. 5 different makes in the top 5 positions. Only Ferrari not represented at the sharp end of the field on the opening lap. Teams watching with interest and excitement as the battle develops in each of the classes. Mike Conway leads and pulls away early from Sebastian Buemi. The number 7 car needs to set a searing pace, must win the race, and then something awful has to happen to their teammates for them to take the title. Corvette Racing struggled a year ago, weren't as quick as they'd hoped in qualifying, but the race pace is good. The yellow car goes the long way around in Indianapolis, a hugely bold move from Antonio Garcia. He takes the lead of the race away from Nicky Team. Corvette leads Aston Martin, 3rd place for Harry Tinknell in the 67 Ford GT, 4th place for the best of the Porsches. Battle in the pack, SMP versus Rebellion. This is for 3rd place. Gustavo Menezes in the yellow-nosed Rebellion has already got damage on the dive planes, but around the outside comes the SMP car. Can't get the move done. This is the number 11 machine. It started in 5th place. Vitaly Petrov at the wheel. In the GTE Pro class, Ford struggling. The 67 car goes offline and not 1 but 2 Porsches go through. The 92 car, last year's winners, and 93 following past. It's a cutthroat race in the GTE Pro class. Such strong drivers, such strong cars, and any mistake will be immediately punished. Aston Martin not with early race pace. Porsche coming on strong. The 92 car comes a knocking. This is for 2nd place. 92's Kevin Estra, last year's winner, going by the slow Duquesne Engineering LMP2 car down the Mulsanne straight. Up into 2nd place goes the Porsche. Aston led at the start, now down to 3rd and under more pressure. Trouble for Rebellion, the number 1 car, less than an hour into the race, going slowly down the Mulsanne. They've got a low tyre pressure warning light on, and Bruno Senna under instructions to bring the car back in one piece. First round of pit stops And the 92 Porsche that won last year in its pink livery is in. Ferrari in as well, with both AF Corsa cars on the pit apron. Driver change from Kevin Estre to Michael Christensen in 92. Damage on the 94 car shows just how tight the battle is in GTE Pro. 63 Corvette fueled and gone. No tyres for the Aston Martin either. And almost the entire field is in from GTE Pro in one fell swoop. Trouble for the 88 Dempsey Proton car. Satoshi Hoshino, the Japanese gentleman driver, has started it, and he is in the middle of the track, and he nearly clattered the Project One Porsche, another GTE AM car, and a championship hopeful. Three-way battle for fifth in GTE Pro. Harry Tinknell's red and white Ford. Around the outside, the yellow Corvette of Oliver Gavin tucks in behind. Alessandro Pierguidi in the 51 AF Corsa Ferrari. Harry Tincknell at the sharp end of the field after qualifying. Lost out early on in the race, but now he's coming on strong. Great race pace in the 67 Ford. LMP2 car coming through, and that'll help Tincknell. He gets a slipstream off the Ferrari, and he's looking to go the long way round the outside at Mulsanne corner. He does so, up to fifth position. That's 2 spots in a couple of corners. Trouble for Eddie Cheever the third. Got a puncture in the number 70 MR Racing Ferrari. Safety car is out, and it's pit stop central once more in the GTE Pro field. The scramble off pit road continues, and this time it's the yellow Corvette that hits the front of the field. Not 64, which is struggling for pace, but 63 ahead of the 93 white, red and blue Porsche of Patrick Pilet. Both teams regularly race in the States and come to Le Mans just once a year.
GT Pro is so intense that I think as soon as you start breathing or start to save a little bit your car, somebody will just carry on and get to the end going at 100%. So you cannot afford to reserve anything. You just need to go, because GT Pro, we saw him, it's going to be a full-on battle all the way till the 24 hours. So I hope we can bring this Corvette all the way up.
Trouble for Bruno Senna in the Rebellion. A looping spin just avoids the barriers. How close is this? Misses them on both sides of the road. Back into the pit box goes the Rebellion number 1 car, 6th place in the LMP1 class. Andre Lotterer is strapped in as they continue with repairs. Number 8 Toyota from 2nd place. Driver change as Fernando Alonso takes over from Sebastian Buemi. They are still chasing the number 7 car, the race leader. Full course yellow for the Team Netherlands Dallara, shredding its tyre in LMP2. Unsafe release for the 67 Ford, nearly takes out TF Sports AM Class Aston Martin. There'll be a penalty for that. And the 51 Ferrari at the head of the field for AF Corsa, stopping under bright blue skies just 3 hours in. Ferrari versus Corvette at the front of the field. Nobody perhaps would have put money on that after qualifying. In the LMP2 field, Dragon Speed for 3rd place. Jackie Chan DC racing down the inside. That's the 37 car. There's contact. Through he goes. The 38 car championship challenger is right behind. Can he also get by the 31 Dragon Speed entry? Change of nose means a change of aerodynamic setup for the number 8 Toyota, still chasing and struggling for pace.
Okay, can we have to change the front end because we start to touch a bit on the front, so you might have less front with this one, so it's more safe for us.
Last year's race winners, the number 8 car, losing pace to their teammates, but still in 2nd place and with one hand on the title. LMP2 battle, Signatec Alpine 36. Through goes the 26 G-Drive car, 20-year-old Dutchman Job van Uitert hitting the front of the class in his first race at Le Mans.
Okay, so the Ford is on old tyres and the Ferrari is on new.
Vital information for Porsche driver Lawrence Vanthoor. The car bearing the gold colours, marking Porsche's World Championship for Makes win this year. And he closes down Ford driver Joey Hand down into the S's, sweeps through on the inside and starts chasing the Ferrari. Great view from on board. Joey Hand's car struggling for grip. Laurens Vanthoor with all the pace and the Ferrari right in front. Looking back from second place to Earl Bamber, Daniel Serra in the Ferrari going the long way around the outside at Indianapolis. Oh, huge pass for second place. And Mike Rockenfeller's Corvette is not far in front. The Ferrari, the quickest car in the class. Rockenfeller under pressure. And this is where the Ferrari struck a lap ago on the Porsche. Again around the outside, this time before they get into Indianapolis. And Daniel Serra hits the front for AF Corsa. Ferrari, Corvette, Porsche, and trouble for the 98 Aston Martin. Paul Dall'Anna backs the car up. He's gone off at the entrance to the Porsche curves, and he's going to have to find terra firma around the gravel trap. Lead battle is in the pits. The 92 Porsche from second, the 51 Ferrari from first. Left sides only for Ferrari, no tyres for the Porsche. The battle of fuel and tyre preservation continues, and the Porsche goes back out in front. As they race off pit road, through comes the Corvette. It's still a three-way hunt, but the Corvette is on warm tyres and closing fast. Battle for the lead in the GT Pro class as we head into the evening. Just under 19 hours remain, 5 hours in, side by side at the fastest part of the Le Mans track, and the Porsche clings on this time. But the Ferrari with fresh left side tyres, it'll have an advantage there. Fernando Alonso brings the second place Toyota number 8 to a halt. In gets Kazuki Nakajima. Safety car is out.
I was happy with the stint, but it seems that from the warm-up we are very slow on the straights on our car 8, so we cannot match the pace probably on the other car. But yeah, as long as we are close to them and we are close to the podium, I think is what we want for the championship.
Safety car back in, green flag racing, and the lead battle in GT Pro. Again, Daniel Serra in the red Ferrari around the outside of Laurens Vanthoor. Vanthoor trying to hold the line. Down through Indianapolis, can't. Through goes the Ferrari. Third place, Mike Rockenfeller in the yellow Corvette. But it is the lead of the race again for AF Corsa's number 51 car. Laurens Vanthoor sticking to the leader. Change for third, though. The Corvette is down to fourth place. Up to third has gone the 93 Porsche. That's Earl Bamber. Porsche moving towards the front. The longer run is hurting Corvette's pace. LMP2 battle for the lead. G-Drive versus Signatech Alpine. Brave stuff from Andre Negrão in the Signatech Alpine, the blue 36 car. He was on the dirt, filth on the tyres. He still managed to get down the inside of G-Drive for the race lead. Roman Rusinov in the orange and black machine, now in second place.
It's super tight in LMP2 field. With my stint, I had a great fight together with Lapierre and Thierry. Yeah, it was just superb driving from both the other drivers, and I'm just happy. But it's still a long way to go. I think like 16 hours still on the clock, so anything can happen.
Big crash for the 64 Corvette in the Porsche curves. That's Marcel Fessler from 8th place in class. Here he is behind a three-way AM battle, and there's contact with the 88 Proton Porsche. And that is a huge accident for Marcel Fessler.
The car looks to be damaged significantly enough that we won't be able to repair it, get it back in the race, which is unfortunate. But we've been here with one car before, and this team knows how to respond, and only one car can win.
Unfortunately, we're out with a bent steering arm, and it's been really a tough race for them. They had a great qualifying, a lot of potential. It's just the 88 car is having it's a struggle. 77 cars doing well. We're back in the fight. We got a long way to go, and we'll see where we end up.
Few spots of rain and slow zones for clearing up debris on the track, and the pit lane again is busy. The lead two in GTE Pro once more in for service. Porsche versus Ferrari versus Ford versus Corvette. Still no indication who is going to come out on top in another 18 hours. Battle for third place in LMP1. And these are the normally aspirated non-hybrid cars. Thomas Laurent, the Frenchman, straight around Russia's Mikhail Alishin in the blue SMP racing car. Aye, aye, aye. Oh, and trouble for Thomas Laurent. The car turning hard right at the second chicane on the Mulsanne straight. Let's look again. Just snaps away, completely out of control. And that looks like a breakage, not a driver mistake. Full course yellow, the entire race neutralised for debris. And Thomas Laurent crawls back to the Rebellion garage. Quick pit work from Rebellion. Laurent in the number 3 car back into the fray, but like the sister number 1 car, it has been delayed. Ferocious racing now as darkness starts to fall. There's a third place car in LMP2, Jackie Chan DC Racing, but here is the battle for the lead. The Toyotas, number 8 was ahead after the safety car and full course yellow. Number 7 has just jumped past in traffic. Here are the two SMP racing cars. Number 17 in third place, number 11 right behind in fourth. And between the battle between Jackie Chan and the 31 car, that's an LMP1 and LMP2 sandwich. G-Drive again on the hunt for the lead of the race. It's G-Drive on the left, Senior Tech on the right, and the G-Drive car this time sweeps past. Jean-Eric Verne takes the lead of the race away from the number 36 car. Replay, what are we seeing? Here's the leader. And into the corner too deep, goes off at Mulsanne corner. Number 8 car right behind. The 7 will escape the gravel. And there's the number 8 car, a change of lead.
Very well, thank you. Clear for me.
Lead battle in LMP2 onto pit road. Jean-Eric Verne at G-Drive. He is the leader. Andre Negrão, that's not his car. That's his car on the extreme left. Now that's going to hold up G-Drive. Citilla Villa-Bacorsa car comes in. They have to push Verne back. That's going to cost him a fraction of time. And Nico Lapierre leaves, hunting down the leader.
For the moment, we want to keep fighting for the Le Mans and for the championship, but definitely if you see the G-Drive is going for some reason, we back off a little bit and ensure the championship for us.
Number 8 is in, 1/3 distance. Kazuki Nakajima hands over to Sebastian Buemi. The car still in second place, briefly took the lead twice, but lost it again to the pace of their teammates. Mike Conway ready to take on number 7 again. Hits its marks. This is going to be full service, driver change and fresh tyres. Looks like they may be ready for a quadruple stint as Lopez hands over to Conway.
Okay, Michael, I'm not too concerned about fuel at the moment. Your fuel is good, just keep the rhythm like this. We would definitely need a full course yellow or something else to get the extra laps, but the more margin we build, the better. So just continue like this. I'm very happy with it. Just keep me updated with the pace. Yeah, I will.
What a battle in GTE Pro, driving at 180 miles an hour, racing rivals of a similar phenomenal ability and still trying to save fuel and tyres. James Collado leads from Michael Christensen. Trouble, this is ARC Bratislava. Konstantin Tereshchenko, the young driver from Russia. Where's he found some grass trackside? 97, the Aston is off. I know where that is, that's in the Porsche curves. He's just dropped a wheel on the grass on driver's right as he goes from the right to the left and loops into a spin. Looks like he's hit the barrier as well. 97 is in. This is Alex Lynn. Yeah, there is damage on the front. This will be back in the garage. Marco Sorensen lying in 12th, the second Aston Martin. Toyota 1-2 from SMP Racing and Rebellion. G-Drive lead from Cinetic Alpine and Jackie Chan DC Racing in the LMP2 class. In the GTE Pro, this is a snapshot of the battle. Currently, Porsche from Ferrari, Corvette and Ford. And in the GTE AM class, an interesting story starting to formulate because the Key Team Motorsport Ford GT, the first private Ford to be racing here, is right at the sharp end of the class. They have the lead from the 77 Dempsey Proton Porsche and JMW's Ferrari. Aston Martin 95 is off and badly damaged. There's the Aston Martin Racing Garage. You saw team boss Paul Howarth. The 97 is in and the 95 go. That's in Indianapolis. That is a really fast accident. Here we are on board, turning in flat out in top gear. The car just spins, goes round again. Driver side is on the left. The tyre wall is coming fast. Toyota 1-2, still number 7, pulling away from number 8.
Can't believe how lucky he is. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Never mind, it's all good. We're extending our gap between P3, so we're all good. He'll be in either this lap or the next one. So 51 or 50 either this lap or the next one. Copy.
This lap it is, 51 is in the pits. The Porsche moves in front, but they will need to stop in another couple of laps. The battle rages at the front of GTE Pro. Corvette still in 3rd, the best of the Fords in 4th position. Full service for Ferrari, fuel, driver change and fresh tyres as they head into the darkness. Safety car is out because this is the 17 SMP racing car in replay. Orodchev drops a wheel onto the grass at the beginning of the Porsche curves and a high speed off. There's a huge amount of damage to the car that was in 3rd place overall. The safety car is out again here at Le Mans. Halfway through the race and another stop for the number 8 car. Fernando Alonso to take over from Sebastian Buemi. And Alonso was mighty in the night last year, a real cornerstone of the victory for the number 8 car. Can he do it again? Change of tail for the number 7, Toyota, the race leader, changing the aerodynamic setup. Fuel goes in as well. They're on the cooler nighttime rubber now, so that changes the balance of the car, and the team respond to make it work for their drivers. Toyota still with a stranglehold on the race. 1-2 halfway through the 24 hours. Trouble for 92, last year's winners in GTE Pro. This is going to be a longer stop than they'd hoped for. Kevin Escher stays in the car.
We changed the exhaust and brakes. Stay off the brakes, you're staying in the car.
Brakes are quick, but the exhaust, that's going to cost them perhaps a chance to win. Ferrari is in from the race lead. Brake change going on here as well as fuel and tyres. Sunday morning, and hundreds of thousands of fans wake at 7:30 in the morning with Jose Maria Lopez leading for Toyota, G-Drive in charge in LMP2, Corvette in GTE Pro, and the Keating Ford in GTE Am. Trouble being released from behind a safety car though for the Keating Ford. High-speed lose for Ben Keating, the team owner. Delayed number 3 Rebellion back up into 3rd position overall, ahead of the 11 SMP car, but on pit road. And here comes SMP to move up into 3rd spot. The battle is on, and the SMP car sweeps by as the Rebellion leads. The team are delighted. Routine stop for the number 8 Toyota. Mechanic looking underneath. Is it going to remain routine for the 2nd place car? No driver change, no tyres, just fuel and go. Everything looks okay.
Well, we have seen a quite steady performance from 7 and 8. 7 pulling away from the 8. They have a bit the edge. I hope everything stays as it is at the moment, that the cars are reliable and continuing. But for the moment, we can be very satisfied. We have to be careful with this word.
Rebellion is off. That's the car that's just lost 3rd place. Might lose more. Gustavo Menezes loops the car around, gets a wheel on the curb on the inside in the Porsche curves, and he's buried in the gravel. Menezes back in the pit lane at Rebellion.
In the moment, things happen, clip the curb and spun. It's just a bummer. And now it seems like the luck's not really on our side, but there's still 4 hours 45 to go. We're still racing, so we just keep pushing and make the best of it.
3rd place in LMP2, the number 38 Jackie Chan DC racing car is in. Gabriel Aubrey pops the door, hoping Tung sprints round to take over. It'll be fuel and tyres for the 3rd place car, still chasing down the championship. G-Drive lead from Signétech Alpine. Watching with interest, TDS in 4th position ahead of United Autosports. Nothing is too much effort for teams, limbering up the pit crews. Some a little less serious than others. Serious enough when the car arrives. Here's G-Drive. Car is ready, but it won't start. Back into the garage. This could cost them victory. Leader on the Mulsanne straight, the blue car, Signétech Alpine's Nico Lapierre. Lapierre still with a 100% winning record in this car. Stefan Richelmy 2nd for Jackie Chan DC Racing, a lap back. Signétech Alpine homing in on victory, potentially, but with 4 hours and 10 minutes to go, nothing is set. In comes the number 8 Toyota. Yet again, routine service and driver change. Fernando Alonso, who's been doing stalwart stints in the car, takes over again from Sebastian Buemi. His personalised seat insert to mould the car perfectly to his body. In the barriers, Racing Team Netherlands, Nick de Vries, they can't believe it. Straight off. You see the skid marks there from the Aston Martin crash, but that is straight off. The car did not steer. Driver change at Aston Martin, 63 car. Their remaining car is still in victory contention. Safety car is out. There is your GTE Pro leading Ferrari. And it looks as though they may be getting a break behind the safety car to ease them ahead of the Corvette that's in second. Yes, they are. The Corvette is stuck in the pit lane. It will lose time. It had to stop then for fuel, but that may cost them. Unbelievable heroics from Nick de Vries after the car was dragged out to the gravel. He's got it back to the pits, and now there's trouble for Corvette. Jan Magnussen is off in the Porsche curves. Dane, let's see what happens. Clips the curb on the inside, yes. So many people have made the same error. Does he avoid the wall? No. That's going to be a long stop. Ferrari lead. Corvette in the pits, and now the Porsches are moving up the order, 91 and 93. Corvette is back in the pit lane, but it is not ready to go yet. And that might spell the end of any hopes of a yellow car winning this race. Jan Magnussen, I'm sorry, he says. We win as a team, we lose as a team, but it hurts a lot when you're the man who makes the mistake.
Just for your info, the Corvette and the crash has ended. You are P2 now.
Battling LMP2 for fourth place, the red, white and blue car, United Autosports Ligier, that's Paul de Rest of the young Scots, Romain Dumas, the veteran for Duquesne Engineering, and he goes by. It looks as though the Oreca has a straight line advantage, or a top speed advantage at least, and there is so much top speed here at Le Mans that the Ligier is down to fifth. Nose being prepared for the GTE AM class leader, the Wins Ford of Ben Keating. And you can see the damage on the driver's left front corner. The officials have said that nose does not look safe, it needs changing. Well, the factory Ford mechanics are used to this. They practice it all the time. The car is new to Keating Motorsport, so they change the nose quickly, and away goes Ben Keating. Almost the final hour of the race. Jose Maria Lopez on pit road. He has only just stopped. He's come in after just one lap. What's going on? They've changed the right front tyre, topped up with fuel, away he goes. Just that one tyre. Did he have a puncture?
Right, maintenance puncture still. It should disappear when the reading is coming from the sensor. Are you sure? Because it don't disappear and I have a lot of... Okay, yeah. Come back slowly.
Look in his steering. It still says puncture. Have they changed the wrong tyre?
Sure. You mean front one or normal full puncture? I don't know. Continue. Push. Copy.
Confusion reigns at Toyota. They don't know what's going on with the number 7 car. Is it a sensor issue? There is the number 7 creeping back to the pits. Number 8 takes the lead in the final hour of the race. Unbelievable scenes. Well, they changed the tyre for Jose Maria Lopez. Could it just be a faulty sensor? They're taking no chances. A complete set of tyres goes on. They're not brand new, but they do have air in them. There are no punctures. They're going to send him on his way. An hour to go to claim the lead back from the number 8. Final 30 minutes at Le Mans, and Alessandro Pierguidi leads. Jimmy Bruni in the 91 Porsche chasing the 92 car for the championship. 92 car in 10th place at the moment, and if they finish as they are, the 92 team will take the Drivers' World Championship crown.
So we are P1 with 23 seconds gap, and the situation is under control. Copy.
It sounds as though the number 7 will now not win Le Mans 2019. 15 minutes from the end, Maybe the number 51 Ferrari will do what Ferrari did 70 years ago when they claimed their first outright win at Le Mans and head to the checkered flag and victory. The final lap has not always been happy for Toyota. In 2016, the car failed to finish it and Porsche won. The driver that day, Kazuki Nakajima, the man who did the last lap in 2018 when the number 8 car won, Kazuki Nakajima. And he has the honour of taking the car towards the checkered flag for the second time in one World Endurance Championship super season. Toyota win in 2019 and claim their second straight victory at Le Mans.
Good job, Kazuki. Good job, everyone. And should be deserved by car 7. Good job, everyone.
World champions Toyota, with their World Championship drivers winning Le Mans for a second straight year. What a season it's been for Toyota, and what a debut season it's been for Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Buemi, and Kazuki Nakajima, the World Endurance Champions. Buemi offers his commiserations to Jose Maria Lopez.
Roller coaster of emotions, you know, this race up and down all the way through, but no words to say, you know, winning now in the last moment. Very lucky day for us, you know, with all the situations, so we take it, we enjoy it.
Victory in LMP2 for Senior Tech Alpine. They win the race, they win the championship. And Nico Lapierre has the honour of claiming victory.
Yes, bravo les gars. Yes, on a gagné le Mans, on est champion du monde. Yes.
At the beginning we were fighting with G-Drive, which was not fighting with us on the championship, but we wanted this win, you know, so we were pushing for it, even though our competitor for the championship, they were a bit behind, but we wanted both today, so we just went for it.
Look at the jubilation, and this year they win on the road, so they'll be on the top step of the podium as the drivers' champions. In GTE Pro, they may not have retained the championship, but Alessandro Pierguidi and James Collado win for Ferrari at Le Mans with Daniel Serra, and that is quite some compensation.
Yeah, it's amazing, the competition. It's one of the best. There's so many cars, so many good drivers, and to be the pinnacle of that, it's a great achievement. Thank you.
Bring it home, world champions.
Amazing, it's just such a long time, so much hard work. We did a very good job here. I think we put on a good show, and we finally pulled it home. A dream come true.
The height of emotion. Race winners, world champions.
Ferrari gagne, Corset, victory, Alessandro, messieurs, et la douche de champagne.
Huge emotion too for Ben Keating, a race that very nearly escaped them in the final hour. The first Ford in private hands at Le Mans, and they win it.
Unbelievable week. Everybody, the whole team, everybody did an unbelievable job. Just so grateful. I can't put it to words.
Egidio Perfetti, Jörg Bergmeister and Patrick Lindsay claim the AM Drivers' Endurance Trophy after a super successful season. And have you ever seen a more colourful podium of race suits? Le Mans 2019 again served up its fair share of thrills and heartbreak, trials and tribulations. 61 cars started, only 4 could win. For the ones who win, and especially for the ones who don't, Le Mans 2020 is waiting to welcome them back. For now, though, the super finale to Super Season sees Toyota crowned as drivers and manufacturers champions, with 2 race wins at Le Mans for the same crew in the same season.
The Super Season has been a great experience for all of us. I cannot say thanks enough to Toyota for an amazing car, an amazing team. And yeah, I would like to ask also an applause for Car 7. They were the best over 24 hours, the fastest car there, and only the luck maybe today chose that we have to take the trophy. We take it, this is motorsport, but they did an amazing job, and I hope they win next year.
Kobayashi, José Maria Lopez. Et puis, mesdames et messieurs, l'équipe.
385 laps, 5,236 kilometers, and 16 seconds separated the top 2. Toyota winning at Le Mans, Signatech Alpine in LMP2, AF Corsa victorious for Ferrari in the GTE Pro class, and Keating Motorsport and the Ford GT winning in GTE AM.